Hello and welcome as the world's #1 sailboat racing league tackles a new frontier in the Middle East with the Dubai Sail Grand Prix presented by P&O Marinas.
Watch for the light to turn white and we'll see a good start. We've got all the boats coming in fast. Here we go.
Wow, Switzerland on the money.
All the boats on the line there, and Switzerland, they're fast. They're going to have the fastest angle to Mark 1, but I think Canada might be able to fend them off. Robertson, the starting master, can he lead at Mark 1?
Can't emphasize enough how small this course is, Stevie, so if you get control of this race early, you've really put yourself in the catbird seat.
Rich get richer, and you can see Robertson able to do exactly what he wants to do. Calm comms, Chris Draper, Georgia Llewellyn of France feeding the information. Quentin de la Pierre is going to follow him round, and then it's going to be tight, I imagine, in the bunch after this. And we can see he's going well, but look up the screen. The boats are struggling to foil now, Todd. The wind has dropped off a little bit, and it's all about trying to find the wind to get up on the foils. Green on Canada, expect them to pop on the foils soon. When you see the top of the mast turn green, that indicates they're fast enough to be foiling. Denmark, what a brilliant leg here by Nikolaj Sejersted. He looks like he's going to move past New Zealand. Really accurate sailing by the Danish, and all these boats are going to be very, very slow after this mark.
Going to be H1? Yep. H1.
Denmark must keep clear. Looks like Denmark are going to try and turn right in front of them. They do. They're going to turn, block the wind, shut the door on Ainsley. But where are New Zealand off to? They're sailing a lot of extra distance here, and that's the game. Do you minimise the distance, which might mean sailing a bit slower, but you can see Denmark and Great Britain are nearly sailing straight up the ladder line. 20 kilometres an hour, nearly twice the speed, but they're sailing a lot further on board the French boat.
I'm tempted to just stick in this mode and try and lay the left gate.
Little showboating run to the finish here.
Canada securing the victory. It is now the battle for second, third, and fourth. And Stevie, those points are so valuable. We've talked about it. 3 more races tomorrow. You cannot wait until that 6th race to make a move. You've got to stay consistent. You got to stay in that top 5.
It's a bit close to the time limit, eh?
That's a big result for Denmark. Good solid start. Oh, here we go, tight. Switzerland has the right of way. Great Britain must keep clear. And they spin the boat. Watch out for that mark, Seb. Oh, it's tight. Surely a protest coming.
Come on.
This is the umpire's penalty GBR relative to Switzerland.
Oh, it's going to be interesting because how quickly is
Not
that
giving room
penalty
at
going to
the
drop
leeward
off? Ainsley, hand out. He's not happy. He's got to let the Swiss boat get back past him here. He needed to give more room at that. Top left, 16 minutes is the end of the race. Oh, that means we're going to go back to the last match. Oh, excuse for the industrial language on board the British boat there. That was just, obviously, the passion of the moment really came out for us there.
Good job, guys.
No room for USA and Australia at the top here.
Australia.
Switzerland, they're all very close. Watch for the line to turn white. Who's got the timing here?
Yeah, I got it. Get that mark.
Oh, perfect start by Denmark in the middle of the line. Jimmy Spithill somehow squeezed through, and another bad start for Slingsby. Australia are going to struggle from here. Who can get on the foils first? Looks like Canada. Are they going to be able to use that to turn it into a lead at Mark 1?
Yeah, 110 through wind angle here.
This is the race committee. We are shortening this race course. Finish at gate 4. Finish at gate 4.
Absolutely crucial here. Great Britain, left-hand side of screen. They are foiling, but it's New Zealand has the right of way. There's 200 metres to go to the finish, and it's anyone's race between these first 2 boats here. Can Ainsley stay on the foils? How many more times does each boat need to manoeuvre? I quite like where Great Britain's heading at the moment. It's going to be hard for New Zealand to hold the British boat off from here, I think. So much more boat speed on board Great Britain, and when they come together near the finish line, it will be Great Britain with the right of way. Should be a win here for Great Britain from here. Great performance on this last downwind by Ainsley. Big gains. New Zealand are slow. Here we go. It's going to be Great Britain coming through the finish.
And Great Britain takes the victory in race number 2 here in Dubai. They come from behind and just get the Kiwis at the line.
Wouldn't get that far, mate. Yeah, we couldn't do much after that jibe. We made the wrong.
The Kiwis will grab second place, going with their 4th from race number 1.
Just drop round up here and then we'll try and get back up one.
Final 10 seconds.
Only
I don't think they're
Usain
gonna get
Bolt
there.
can do it that quickly, Todd,
Yeah.
I think. I don't think a boat's going to be able to make it in that time. 100 metres in 10 seconds, that's Olympic gold medal standard, and that's the time up, so it's going to go back to that last gate. It's a sigh from Phil Robertson. He knows what it means.
So instead of a 4th and a 1st, Canada will take a 5th and a 1st, with the Americans doing a nice job of coming back. They'll get a 7th in race 1, a 4th in race 2, with race 3 still to come. All the action from race 3 came at the start, with penalties for Canada and Australia as the boats jostled for position.
Go hard, go hard. He's got a penalty. What are you doing, mate? You got a penalty.
Due to a lack of wind, the race was shortened. The win taken by Great Britain, followed by the USA, with Switzerland in 3rd.
Ben Ainsley's Great Britain has control at the moment if he can accelerate in time. 6 seconds, watch for the line to turn white, and the race will be underway. Wow, look at the speed of New Zealand, double the speed of the rest of the fleet. The timing from Peter Burling, absolutely on point. He should lead from here at Mark 1.
So it'll be the Kiwis the first at gate number 2. Great Britain is moving to 2nd place, France in 3rd. And look at that rounding. The Kiwis just come screaming out of gate number 2.
Have a look, Switzerland need to keep clear. That's too close. That's going to be a protest by the Danes there, I would imagine. That manoeuvre was so close. United States turns away.
The umpires, penalty, Switzerland, relative Denmark.
I can't say I'm surprised there. That was a little bit of a late decision by Seb Snyder, but he just needs Denmark to pass and the penalty should clear. It's going to clear pretty quickly, I'd suggest, down here. Denmark have passed. They're up and running. Wow.
One more leg to go and the victory will be theirs in race number 4. Look how close they are to the shore. That is some appointment viewing. And across the line, it is New Zealand that gets the win. Great Britain will finish in 2nd place, so the Kiwis lead from start to finish to kick off Championship Sunday.
Slowly putting it down. Nice work. Sorry about that with the Aussies.
3rd place here, that's going to put them right in the hunt going into race 5 for a place in the final. Look for the line to turn white. Bit late turning down on USA, I think. Out of the middle of the line, it's going to be Great Britain and Australia, and New Zealand thread the needle through at the very last. Too close for New
France,
Zealand.
OCS penalty, France over the line early. No delayed starters.
Wow, that was a big one for Delapiere. He needed a consistent result. It's going to be Australia leading from Spain and the USA at Mark 1, I think.
The 3 teams that need it the most out in front with Spain, Australia, and the USA coming up on Mark 1 here in race number 5.
Penalty New Zealand, relative Switzerland, windward boat not keeping clear.
Yeah, I was surprised we didn't hear that a bit sooner. We saw that, a late dive inside by New Zealand, but there wasn't a gap there for him to go into. That opens the door for Spain and Australia to sail away here as gate 2 is going to be looming large. Jimmy Spitzel in 3rd. Big race for the Americans. The United States need a good result in this race. Right of way with Ainsley at the moment. United States is going to have to go behind. Wow, that could be costly. That 1 point going out the window here for the United States, but they split the course coming into leg 6 or 7. Will this be the right course? Who's going to find the most wind?
So Great Britain goes the way of Australia here on this last leg. They split the course of the Americans, who have to give way, and now Ben Ainsley, look at this. That is class. The 2-time reigning and defending champions, Tom Slingsby in Australia's SailGP, get the win. Race 5 here in Dubai.
We heard on board the Australian boat saying we need Ben to beat Jimmy. Well, Jimmy's pulled a rabbit from the hat on this last downwind.
Not going to happen in race number 5. From a disastrous 9th place finish in race 4, the Americans come storming back with a 2nd in race 5. And the USA comes across. Jimmy Spittle talking about losing the rudder. Great Britain, they will claim 3rd.
Can Jimmy Spittle's United States team find a gap? He's trying to jink his way through. Look
Yes,
for the
he
line
is.
to turn white. That's when the start's clear to go. It's all about timing now. Spain and New Zealand in the middle of the line are tight. The whole fleet's on time. Oh, Jordi Jamar, absolutely on the money there. Thread the needle, and it's going to be Spain and Great Britain leading away to Mark 1, and the rest of them, well, they're stuck in the pack fighting it out.
Ooh, France cutting right in front of Great Britain. You wonder if the protest button's being hit.
Oh, it's a tight moment in there. In the background, United States, they turn left. Jimmy Spittle, the boat's tipping over, he heads away. He splits the course with New Zealand. It's all on for this battle for the podium. We're going to get Emily Nagel to get her mathematics hat on in a moment because these points are going to be so close.
Penalty Switzerland, relative
Right now.
New Zealand, not giving room at the boundary.
It's all on here. Australia, New Zealand tied with points, as we said. It's all down to New Zealand getting this next position and jumping in front of the Australian team.
Spain picks up the victory in race number 6. Good momentum builder for them as they take a look to the next season. And once again, it'll be France coming through this gate, making that right-hand turn and then heading to the finish line. France will finish in second. So it's Spain, France, and now the math begins as the Aussies close behind will finish behind them in third place.
That was French, so I'm really, really happy. Here goes the British boat. Big turn down, big acceleration. Look for the line to go clear at 5 seconds to go. They're all very close. They're all too close to the line.
This is the umpires, OCS penalty Australia, over the line, over the start line early, no delayed starters.
Okay, Australia just need to drop back. They're already clear on their penalty. On the inside, it's going to be Great Britain at Mark 1. France will have a quicker angle towards Mark 1 here. Can the British hold on? Whoever leads at Mark 1 is going to have such a dominant position in this race, and I think it's going to be Delapierre.
The French doing 65, now 70 kilometers an hour here on this first leg, while the Brits are back at 60 kilometers an hour of speed.
The youngster, Quentin Delapierre, the first one to mark number 1. The master, Ben Ainsley, tucks in behind him. Who will be the first to turn in? Here comes the wily veteran, Tom Slingsby, sitting in third here. This is for the title here in Dubai.
Bit of indecision on the British boat there. They were talking about going straight. I think this is too early in the race to split. It's too aggressive too soon for me, that manoeuvre there. And he's turned. Big, big gain for the French boat. Bit of an indecisive moment for the British as we see Slingsby on board Australia. He's going to try and go around the outside. This is just great news for Quentin Delapierre. Great Britain, they've got to watch out for Australia. They set up to turn away. Here we go. It's going to be tight, but anytime you're fighting a boat close to you, it's good news for the leader, and France move away.
France, the winners of the last event in Cadiz, Spain, looking to make it 2 for 2. And France right now in the lead. Australia and Great Britain gets a little wild.
Too high, too high, too high. They're sliding sideways. Oh, Francois Mauve on the flight controller got a little bit too aggressive with the height. What's that going to have done to them? We saw them skid sideways. It's not done anything too bad, Todd. It's only a few meters. Wow, nervous moments for the French there. Here we go, Great Britain. Oh no, they've had to turn away from Australia. That's disaster for the British. Australia up to second, and all it is good news for the French. That gap's going to stretch and stretch and stretch there. Great Britain, look, nearly 15 kilometres an hour slower than the French, and the French are turning right, which is what Ian Jensen told us was a 40-metre gain for a right turn. So it's going to be tight for second and third, but the French are vanishing here. Right of way with Great Britain here. Australia must keep clear of them, but Australia are going to be an awful lot faster after the mark, and I think we're going to start to see a match race between second and third because the French, they're doing a vanishing act.
250-metre lead right now for the French team.
Here we go. Ooh. Oh, and Great Britain's back in it as well. Big manoeuvre for the Australians. He's got to spin it in front of the French. Great Britain's going to be on the inside. This is going to go down to the wire here. Whoever hits that circle first. Can Australia be ahead?
It's going to be really tight.
It is really tight indeed as they all get together.
Great Britain has the right of way on the inside, but they will be slowest. French, the ham in the sandwich, and around the outside it's Australia.
From third to first, Great Britain takes the lead on leg 6 of 7.
Oh my Lord, what a move by Ainsley, and the French are off the foils. They're out the race. It's now a battle between Ainsley and Slingsby for the title here in Dubai.
This is crazy. I'm following the boats down to this final gate and it's neck and neck. Australia are sailing a higher, faster mode and they're trying to dictate the British team. So it's going to come down to the last manoeuvre here.
Oh, Australia's turn first. Australia, Great Britain have missed the foil drop. The inside goes to Slingsby. Apologies for the language. Massive mistake by Great Britain. Tom Slingsby, what a sense of timing that man has.
High right, Tommy.
And for the Australians, it is back to their winning ways as the Fighting Roos bring it home for a victory in Dubai.
Oh, apologies for that language there, but that's just pure exhilaration overcoming them at the finish. What a moment, and for Great Britain and Ben Ainsley.
I cannot believe what we just saw. The French had it in the bag, then Ben Ainsley had it in the bag, and they all forgot about Tom Slingsby, the two-time reigning and defending champions. You look at this. Australia started out this regatta with an 8th and an 8th before they got on their winning ways, and here they are winning the whole thing.
We hit that final and we said we've got a good shot at this, and then what a final. I don't really know what happened, if I'm honest. It's all a blur. I remember the last top mark where we all compressed again, and then I don't know what happened to GBR on the final jibe, but yeah, unreal. That's the most crazy race I've ever had probably in 30 years.
Hey, unbelievable.
Oh, mate, cheers.
Nice work.
Mate, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Good race.
Good race.
Mate, good race.